good to go. So Rinpoche, you mentioned the other night that in Tibet, lots of older people especially would say the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. And you said that you notice these days, mostly people are saying, when will I be happy, when will I be happy? So Rinpoche, I was wondering, with this mindset, what in the Buddha's teachings is most helpful?
Explained it with this.
Yeah, with this when will I be happy mindset.
So I was saying that I was listening to the old mothers, what they're praying. Trying to listen. And many the prayers, even dedications, all the sentient beings, not just yourself, not just your family, not just objective, not just people who are objective attachment, not like that. All the six realm, the numberless beings in each realm, all sentient beings, they pray to free them from oceans of samsara suffering and to achieve enlightenment. That, and there is that mantra. Many people, even they don't know much Dharma, even they don't have intellect or anything, but with the bodhicitta, with the ultimate good heart, they generate and they recite Om Mani Padme Hum. Every sentient being, that means every human being without discrimination, the numberless human being in numberless universe, and what are the helplings, the hungry animals, for the numberless insects, what the mosquitoes, and it covers the benefit. Everybody who obscure suffering sentiment. So I think that I was so amazed, the older mothers, the many older mothers like that. This I noticed here. Due to, I think, it's one's kindness, basically, I think. So that even though they didn't get to learn much, Buddhist philosophy. So I'm saying that with the words, when I came back, day and night. That all the time when you're walking, I was thinking, teach us yourself. Generally, they are, Buddha Sabbath, yes, the ordinary, we see ordinary form, but generally, like that, I'm just comparing that. Yeah, but of course, yes, there are many Westerners also very good heart. Not involve self-happiness, my happiness, but do everything purely from the heart. Very good. Yeah, thank you.
So Rinpoche, even without much Dharma knowledge, just saying this mantra and having these thoughts is beneficial, yeah?
Yes. Generate good hearts, cherishing more thinking, all the sentiments, obscure suffering sentiments, to benefit them. Very good. Scarce benefit.
And so Rinpoche, you were reflecting on Tibet, and I was wondering, you escaped from Tibet.
Yes.
And then you came to India, which was the place where the Buddha taught.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, was it what you thought when you came to India? Is it what you expected, or was it a surprise? How was it when you came to India?
I escaped from Tibet, called Pagri, near Tomo, where I became a monk. Tomo Geshe's Rinpoche's monastery, where I became a monk. And so I escaped from Tibet, Pagri, through Bhutan to West Bengal, Buxa. So I was there 8 years. So a very interesting thing is, we planned to go to Tomo Geshe's monastery, branches in Darjeeling. There are several. So we didn't plan to stay Buxa, to go straight. So then no abbot, no disciplined monk didn't stop. Nobody stopped. Only the police who speaks Tibetan. Dashi Babu is the head of the village. So only he is taught, you can't go, and one other monk should be you. And others, he let him go. So very strange. So I think it's a Guru Deity's protector, Dharma protector, I think. Stopped. Otherwise I would go to hell. You know. So I don't think I would last. So then we become then start a little opportunity. I mean, there was my study was a little child. I mean, so at years I was able to hear Rinpoche imprint for enlightenment and reaching enlightenment, Buddhist philosophy teaching. So then from kind commission of Guru getting wrapped in many disciples of the great learned as a practitioner. So Deputy Chairman, Root Guru, the Root Guru, Lama Yeshe is the Root Guru. So I said, getting wrapped in my teacher, the Lama Yeshe, same realization. Then also another teacher, his disciple Daniel Aitken, or at Buxa, like that. So then, then from there, she came to Nepal, then started monastery. So, kept on the love. And from there, started the whole organization. Teaching Dharma to first try to translate my broken English to for Lama Yeshe. At the beginning, some words, so like that started. So now, how many centers? 161. The Muslim meditation. So like that. Now incredible study of the Buddhist philosophy, the essence of Lamrim. So many qualified, 41 qualified teachers, so including Geshe, so the true Geshe is here. So Geshe Sheriff and then Geshe Chile. 41, so then get ready. But open the mind of the, the wisdom, the eliminate the ignorance, which they have been suffering from beginnerless rebirth. So they which met by ignorance. So then the giving opening wisdom eye, to see. So then the phone over to them, then part of it. Then also tongue the subject of the enlightenment. So including wisdom publication.
It's quite amazing, Rinpoche. It's quite amazing, Rinpoche. So you come from Tibet and you end up in Buxa. Actually, you're saying because of activities of Dharma protectors, actually, it's a very rich Dharma. Yeshe Rabten, Yeshe is there. You have
Lama Yeshe,
banquet of Dharma, Lama Yeshe as well. And then from this, more than you're saying 41 Geshes around the world and 150 centers. Wisdom, all these amazing activities came from this. And so Rinpoche, what I was wondering, you've seen this grow from the very beginning until today, and I was wondering how has it changed Dharma in the West from the early days in terms of the students, the facilities, the text. How have you seen things change, and what? Maybe
from the old time.
From the old times,
There has been just even the Lamrim, the graduate path to enlightenment. There has been more translations, so more books are available for Western students, and many books on philosophy, and so it's been great. It's been more and more, so it's very good. That And then, yes, we had, before the master program, the 7 or 8 years, then the basic program, the 3 years or 5 years. So before starting that, many of our old centers had teachings, besides the Lamrim. Of course, Lamrim is the main one, but Lama Tsongkhapa. So, but Madhyamika, Ayasamaka, these things were taught, all the centers, already before. But about now, the master program, the basic program is at every center. So, like this, so much education and Dharma, you see, Buddha Dharma. So it's not that with the blind faith, you know, you live your life blind faith, kind of, if you ask questions, you can't reply, or not like that, but it's more, now they're much more understanding Buddhism, what Buddhism is, and really, you see, that's happening, so much happening, but overall, most important is, you see, essence of Buddha Dharma is compassion. Compassion that not only wishing that sentient beings who are obscured and suffering, see, to be free from suffering. Not only that, but you want have the sentient beings free from suffering, the cause of the sufferings. So overall, I think as regards the FPMT student, overall, as the year went through, I checked, so it looks like more compassion developed among the people. More compassion, more understanding, more compassion is developed. So this is what I see. As we went slowly with much hardships, you know, so they started then gradually more experience and more understanding Dharma, and you see more practice, more meditation there. Then more compassion developed. This is what I see. So in the meantime, otherwise it was experience and developed. So at the beginning, so much hardships. There's young people came to Nepal, India, and then they took the course and meditation, and they got benefit so much to their mind. Then they went back to the spread they experienced the meditation, the education through their friends, and slowly the center started like that. Started like that, you see. So what I see, so that started, and then embarked, Geshe translated, so many things. So they didn't have experience of business, what was that, so many debts, and $100,000 about debt, so hardships started. So now I see the conclusion. I can't say another realization of the individual. I can, of course there might be, but generally more compassion is developed, to the sentient beings. I think that's so the essence of Buddhism is that to not harm others and to benefit the sentient beings. I think that responsibility, the compassion is most important. So that's generally how I see.
Rinpoche, what do you think is the main causes for this developing of compassion in students in the West? What are the main things that have contributed to this?
I think more studying, more study Dharma, more meditation Lamrim, more study Dharma, as well as philosophy. So I think you learn more, you see more how you are suffering in samsara. So you're going through the 6 element sufferings numberless times from beginner's rebirth. So you see more. So then you see stronger, you have renunciation of that. Unbearable. Then you see, when you look at others, numberless sentences, and that suffering has been experiencing, from beginning history about samsara suffering. Then you have compassion. You see, so stronger renunciation. You have your samsara aberration. So then you feel strong compassion to others. So that's so not only studying this suffering the desire, not only that, then the home realm and in the samsara suffering, then formless realm, the form realm, no suffering pain, but suffering change. Then formless realm, then there is no suffering change, and the pervasive compound suffering, the third suffering. So third suffering, desire and formless, all are not free from pervasive compound suffering. So that's why all, samsara. So that's the sign. So like that. Nowadays I heard many people. I heard from Spain, the ones who's Rene has been teaching Dharma. So many people ask, don't talk about suffering, and even the center in Washington. People, I think our student who has been teaching Dharma, many of them talking suffering, because they've themselves gone through so many problems, and so maybe they don't hear much how to get out of some samsara. So I think they don't like to hear sufferings. So they said don't speak on that. But I see, I think the important thing is like this. Bodhicitta is the rooted path to enlightenment. So to actualize bodhicitta, you have to have a basis, the great compassion towards all the sentient beings. So to rise the great compassion, you have to understand the suffering of the others, the desire and form. You have to understand that all the different sentient beings suffering. You have to understand that. And to really feel that unbearable, compassion to others, then first you have to recognize, you have to understand, you have to see your own samsara. You see, more you understand, more you see that the nature of suffering, then you feel more compassion to others. So you see, not really understanding why you have to know the suffering, yours and others, not understand the point. So it also depends on where we explain. So it's like that. So
okay. So this development in compassion in Western students is closely related to their studies and understanding based on suffering.
Yes.
And not
right.
all types of suffering.
Yes, right.
From this, then
extensive. There's suffering, pain, suffering, change, pervasive compound suffering. So you need to get the whole thing, whole understanding, and not just interest to understand, but the meditation you need.
So Rinpoche, the key one I think is which is also the harder one to understand, is the compounded. What do you say? All compounded suffering.
The pervasive compounded suffering.
Pervasive compounded suffering.
Yes.
So could you talk a little bit about what this is?
Pervasive, meaning of pervasive is, as often as one explains, the aggregates. We have at the moment aggregates: form, feeling, cognition, compound aggregates, and consciousness. So we have 5 at the moment. So we're in the desire. So they are under the control of delusion karma. If we can be free, if we can free ourselves from delusion karma, then we have no suffer. There's no reason to suffer. You have no reason to suffer. So free forever. You have a blissful state, peace, free forever. Of course, that's what need in the West. So much killing will happen. I want to be. So that's what they need to achieve, but of course they don't know, so, and only for learn Dharma. So, so that's what it needed to. So, yeah, so so because it's under the control of karma delusion, so the I guess is pervaded by suffering. So pervaded by suffering. So if it's free from delusion karma, then no suffering. Oh, no suffering. The one who achieved the wisdom directly pursuing emptiness, who achieved the first Buddha order. So that do not have, that higher being do not experience suffering, rebirth, suffering, or death, old age, totally free. And that Bodhisattva has spiritual body, not like body like us, not skeleton inside, flesh and blood, no, it's spiritual body. So anyway, that how do I say? Oh, that, okay, pervasive, that means pervasive. Oh, why we experience the body, mind, covered by suffering is by that, being in the control of karma. So now, compounding suffering, the compounding, because this aggregate is contaminated, seed of delusion and karma. So from the seed rises suffering, suffering this life, suffering future life. Then also rises delusion from the seed. Oh, they compounded that. So the seed is contaminated, seed of delusion karma is contaminated in this aggregate, so compounded sufferings. Oh, like then this aggregates is caused by the karma delusion. So there was succinct in Tibetan, so like that. Okay, yeah. So that's the basis. If you have, this is the main thing that what Buddhists have to be free from. When to have renunciation is this one. Then if you become free from this, then you can become free from suffering, pain, suffering, change forever. Oh, that's. So this is what people should their holiday, their vacation should be this one.
We just reset the camera.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Yeah.
So nice, nice teaching. I was wondering then, what does Rinpoche think is in terms of the main challenges for Dharma in the West? What are the main challenges for the flourishing of Dharma in the West?
There may be general ones, and there may be particular ones, according to individual people. According to individual people, particular ones. There may be general ones. Of course, general ones, and of course, three persons' mind. Ignorance, anger, attachment. Attachment to this life, the old concern, and that general, of course. Also very strong of that. Then Dharma in the mind, and then of course your life goes under the worldly thought. Rather than undergoing Dharma. Going to Dharma, even you accept Dharma, but going towards Dharma is very weak, and only sometimes, and very weak, and so strongly goes into the worldly thought, attachment to this life. So, worldly thought. So that's general. Then of course, and also maybe the maybe the life situation and West also with so the where the country run or how the life very expensive in the West, you know, very expensive in the West. In the East it's more free, and the way very expensive life. So I think yeah, things like that. But mainly it's due to it mainly comes from the mind. So I think yeah, I think mainly that, as I mentioned. So yeah, so together all this together, but mainly the mind. So up to so mainly depends on individuality. It's in their hand. Freedom is in their hand.
In their hands.
Yeah.
So Rinpoche, I had another question. I was thinking, so originally in your last life, you were a Nyingma practitioner. But then in this life, I was wondering how you became in Tsongkhapa's tradition. How did this happen?
No, this is a dream.
A dream.
The past, well, I don't remember my past life. I was, see, one very close student who built a monastery in Maritika, where Pamasambhava achieved Buddha Amitayu, so immortal life. Maritika, where the nectar comes from the cave, you see, so that's amazing. If you just come there, that even becomes a blessing, great blessing. His Honor such a Chinzen Rinpoche said that just you arrive there, your life obstacle get purified, just even arriving there. So I went there a few times, and oh, Kasure, it's amazing holy place. So Kasure, so he built a monastery there. They sacrificed animals, the Hindus, and inside the cave. Then later he, so much they don't have to sacrifice animals in the cave, and then so like that. Then his son is advised to keep the place clean and neat, and so anyway, monasteries. He passed away and he reincarnated. It's starting in Mintoling Monastery, and I met. And his son is now looking after the monastery. Like that. So he was. So my past life, I don't remember, but many High Lamas mentioned I was the incarnation of that past life. The Lama, I think it's called Lama Yeshe. So, so when he was passing away, so you see there 25 observations, and the outer sign, inner sign. So while it's happening, you see, then he was able to communicate with the student. He was there for the retreat initiation, to receive initiation from the past life. So he asked questions about the absorbing elements and things. So they had to talk. So he answered, and then after passed away, the Lord Lama there passed away. Then he went to Tibet, and several High Lamas, he asked them questions whether I was the incarnation of that or not. So several Lamas, they promised, yeah, they did more observation, and they said yes. But you asked this Lama. So I wondered several times. The last one, who's also my guru, received many teachings, and so Rinpoche said yes. So this, yeah, like that. I don't remember a particular. He was since he came from Tibet, since he was a Nyingma and Sachang. So like with the Rinpoche, Great Lama. So I came from Tibet with him, and like that. So, but I don't remember the past life, particular. I mean, many other incarnations they remember. My root go. Before going to Gada Monastery, he can remember Gada Monastery before he went there. So that, for example, many lamas can remember, but I don't remember. It all depends on the level of the incarnations, the little mind, how much realization, all that. So, what I can say is, when I try to meditate and so little meditation, so then you see the thoughts what comes. You see then kind of surprise or not thought what comes, and then I believe there's a from my side experience there's reincarnation, past life. I did practice Dharma in the past life through the experience, through the meditation. That one out I can say, but not not like other that. Okay, so when I was a small child, rolling, not the birthplace, but because I escaped a few times from my uncle, because the monk who carved men from the rocks in the road. People, benefactors asked, then carve. They're so beautiful. Then when the people circumambulate in the road, you see, so I escaped. My home is near down valley, so very easy to escape. So for me, so escaped a few times like that. So because of children's time, only you think play. There's no reason, logical reason, nothing. I mean, you see, just only play. So my mother sent, very kindly, sent me away. I think I was 4 or 5 hours around those. Maybe after that was something. Yeah. So sent rolling. You have to cross the huge snow mountains. Because a great disaster, danger, you have to cross normally 3 days, and it's now then rolling, much hidden place. Pema Sambha's hidden place. People are not so clever, like it's not not clever. So so I lived there 7 years. So I was another teacher, uncle, was a fully ordered monk. So I was go. You see, what do you hear as mentoring in Tibet, the main Nyingma monastery. So I used to draw around the bed, my teacher's bed, where I was, staying with him, living with him. So I make drawings about sitting on throne, lamas sitting on throne, or I drew, and the thinking to go to mentoring. I didn't have a thought of Gelugpa or the nothing, just mentoring. That's I was wishing to be a monk there. And then I have one uncle who became Indian Army, and then they remained married with Zangba, the wife, Pagri, so lived in Pagri. So he invited us, uncles, my twin uncles, teacher, and master. So one day in Tibet, on walk, just only one day, on donkey. Somebody let me ride on donkey several hours to reach the house. Otherwise, every day we walk, eat in the road, make fire and all that. So so I arrived in the Pagri. I was there a long time in the Pagri with my uncle's wife, and then they have one child, monk, branches of traditional monastery from that. So my teacher, two teachers, the uncle in Tibet, they went to Lhasa to my pilgrimage, and so they didn't take me. My uncle didn't take me because they said you'll die, and it was so cold and that. So I was Pagri. So they maybe 3 months, I'm sure. So during the time, there were many monasteries, but one day my karma has happened. You see, one tall monk came and he asked me, "Do you want my disciple?" He asked me. I said yes. This is past karma, rapid. So then he went inside, told the wife, the uncle's wife. Then next morning, she's very good in cooking. Next morning, she made Tibetan bread, very nice. Buddhist, the bamboo Roma, fill up. Then Thomas tea. Then she's 15 minutes, I think, more or less, to the temple there, where the teacher was there. So she brought me there, and that's it. Then then I told there is time for them to go to puja. So every day you have to go puja for the family members. They have their own benefactors. And it was all fixed up. Tomorrow this, tomorrow that, tomorrow that. So sometimes it's only one day break. I don't know how it happens. One day break. Then I have a very long day, very strange, and I kind of looking like that. Usually I'm busy with the puja, you see. So New Year time, maybe 1 or 2 days break, but like that. So I know many people and the Pakri, so become benefit so good puja. And then not so much known as I'm the incarnation. So my teacher, I tell a little bit, so the stories. And then my teachers, my two Alpha teachers and other Anglo come back from Lhasa. So they are thinking me to go back to Solkumbu, which is of course Nimapa. So then my uncle, the lay person, bought everything on the horse. What do you put on the horse? The new ropes, everything, and all the brocade, tonga, and all the things he bought for me to wear in Solkumbu. I mean, so he piled up in the Chokang, and the Chokang is where the altar is. Piled up there. If you are going to, he said, if you're going back to Solkumbu with my teachers, to Albert, you will receive all these. Otherwise, you won't get this. So I said, no, I'll stay. So then what happened was, my teacher asked me, sorry, so it became long. So my teacher asked me whether to go or not. It was together there in the kitchen. So I said, I didn't say it. I wrote with the because I burnt coal, I wrote on paper, I want to go. Then my teacher beat, and because I screwed the ear, and the blood came out, and then it came out. That's nothing. That's very common. So, yeah, because they expect me to. So I was already in the temple. So then you see, then what happened? Court case happened. Court case happened. So there's a Pondatang, Sandatang, two rich family in Tibet. So Pondatang secretary is there. They are benefactor temple. The Lama Yeshe's benefactor, monastery. So he said, my teacher checked with him, that my teacher at the temple from Lama Yeshe monastery checked with him. He said, yes, you should go to Solkumbu back. And then went to the district, Zongben, the district, the leader. So I was in my uncle's house, the uncle's house, actually in the altar room. But you see, at the door, it's totally dark inside. The door's locked. So there's a little hole where people can pass the candies or the presents. So I have some daughters, some family daughters, because benefactor and close. So they pass give candy in the containers and they pass through there. So that's what I was locked in prison. So anyway, it died. So my teacher, Albert teacher, and the teacher in Tibet, they went to the district leader, so Korkasa. Then he said, it's up to me. So I was called to the district place, the leader's place. Oh, I was shaking, and then it was so cold. And then he left after me. It's in my hand. So I stayed. Then my teacher followed with me, the upper teacher, the second one, followed with me. And daytime we were going to puja. So one family who is now in their daughter is in Bhutan, married with a rich Buddhist man. And so there is several daughters and a son. So, so my teacher, the second upper teacher, came to watch how we're doing the pujas. And so we were doing puja. There was another monk and I was doing puja. And I was playing Dharma Rubel, but I was looking down below the window with all the business trade, horses and going to Lhasa, going there, she gets looking like this. My teacher, the Alpha teacher, was looking at us, watching us, how we're doing. How we're doing then, he said several hours, then he left. And then that's it. Then that's it. Then I met in Nepal last time. When I came to Nepal, so then my mother and all the family came to pilgrimage and to receive Gelugpa from Dengwa Rinpoche, the very big Lama, the kind of naked have, keep blessing all them. So. So that's my last kind of thing.
How old were you, Rinpoche?
That's it?
How old, yeah, at this time?
1,000 years old.
1,000 years old only?
I don't remember.
Yeah. So Rinpoche, early on when you were a child, you had a wish to go to Mindraling.
Yes.
Zopa. And then later, you saw your karma change a little bit, and there's a court case about whether you
Yes,
go
yes,
back
yes,
to
yes. Yes, it happened. No court case in Pagri.
In
Tibet, yes.
Zongpen, is that like a governor?
Yes, governor. Is a bit of my Alpha teacher, then the teacher from Tibet, from Geshe monastery. So between them. Yes, yes, between them. Yeah. So that's how I think karma. My karma, you see, to be Gelugpa, is this kind of happened like that, even though there are monasteries there. But you see, in Gelugpa, you don't hear the monastery much, but you see, where you have only Mindraling. So my wish is to be there, to be a monk. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then that's how Gelugpa is. Mm-hmm. So very fortunate, yes.
And then and then this was in Tibet when you saw Gelugpa Khyentse Rinpoche?
Not in Tibet, in Nepal.
In Nepal.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you studied with Geshe Rabten after this.
In Buxa.
In Buxa.
There was a Buxa. So that met also Jebje Son Rinpoche and Jebje Ling Rinpoche, Jebje. I think Jebje Ling Rinpoche was there or came to Buxa also.
So did you study in Gelugpa Monastery in Tibet?
Buxa.
Oh.
Tibet, yes, a very big monk from Gelugpa. Yes.
So then, Rinpoche, I was wondering if you could talk about maybe the profound teachings of Tsongkhapa. What are some of the most profound, perspectives of Tsongkhapa's teaching that you think?
So you see, from beginningless, from beginningless rebirth, see, when circling the six realms and the one after another, then experiencing the oceans of ethereal suffering, the human being, sura, asura, intermediate state, the hell, hunger, I don't know, from beginning to rebirth. And and so up to now, we're still not free from oceans of samsara suffering because of the delusion karma. So so oceans of suffering of the particular each realm, the particular sufferings of each realm. So all rooted the mind, rooted came from the mind, came from one's own mind, negative mind, ignorance, anger, attachment. So all come from the root, the ignorance. So see, so the kasa. Reality is a what the I is nothing more than what is merely impetus about the mind. Nothing more than that. Focusing on the I guess, the mind focusing on the I guess, and then that mind make up the label I, merely impetus the I. That's it. Nothing more than that. That's the reality. Nothing more. Nothing slightest more than that. Slightest more than that is a reputing object of the mathematical philosophy, the mathematical school. Not person but South Tantrica. Not Rangjuba, but Tanjuba, Pasangiga. Oh, Pasangiga school. Object to be reputed kakta. So slight more than that. Slight more than that is kakta. Oh, that's the unmistaken kakta. A reputed object to person madamic person. Oh, then see the kasure. Oh, first second is that. First second is I just merely impetus about mind. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else is real. Oh, that's what exists. I what exists. But exists more subtle, what it is, more subtle, so fine. It's like for us, light doesn't exist. Light doesn't exist. I. So next second it appears. Next second it appears real from there. Oh, real from there. Oh, totally different from the what exists. The first was the second. Oh, next second is real from there. So you see, not merely labeled by mind. Something slight more than that. Or the person cares. Object or worship. Not on that, also Rangjiva. Nothing came from mind. Just really, truly from there. Nothing came from mind. Oh, then there's a kasa and all the schools and the Basbandu, the Sutta Tantra, blah, blah, blah. So very course, can go down permanent and Tachiraj and then existing alone, existing with his friend. All this, all the wrong people when you look at the eye. And then, so you see the second or next second order, totally false. So that's, you see, projection, ignorance left from beginner is still alive. Ignorance, you see, generated. So left imprint, negative imprint on the mind. When to continue, so the project. You see, middle level eye, then after middle level, then project, decorate truly existence. Decorate truly existence. Oh, then appear truly existence. Decorate truly existence. Like you put a film in the machine, the project on the skin. So let us smell the imprint project. Sorry, because truly existence. Oh, the material. Wow. Like that. Then so came from ignorance. Oh, so you see now that then like that I, that's just I. But mind, the body, the form, sound, simultaneously, everything, whole, everything to appear in that way. Totally false. Completely false. Exactly like dream, like illusion. So many examples. Mirage. So everything totally false, including I. So like this. So now on top of that, then you're totally in trust. Your ignorance, totally in trust. They realize that appeared. It's true. So totally in trust. So we live our life. For example, the Second World War, Third World War, third didn't happen, sorry, was the Second World War, even greatest in the world, million people killed. All come from the consequence, the superstition, ignorance, believe in trusting, the real life, believing that. So it's all problems, even global problems, even present day global problems. So ice melt, destroying the tsunamis, all the gentle fire, water, everything came from the mind. So they say from ignorance. So all your problems, so all come from depression, everything. So it came from that. So now, so this interest in that, you can see, you can do operation in the hospital, not physical, this formless. Mind, so you can't see, you can't touch, you can't see formless, colorless, but it's just a concept. You see, creates all the suffering, extreme suffering. Whoa. So anyway, so you see now, so far we have been suffering. So now, if you don't realize the emptiness, because a person can special person gives view. That possibly happened during Buddhist time. So, then we don't realize the false eye. We realize it's empty. Realize it's empty. It's not there. So you hold the eye like this, from beginning to the there's eye to hold on to that. But when you realize emptiness, not that I realize emptiness, but I pray to realize emptiness. But you see, what happens, suddenly you only discover it is not there. It doesn't go through the windows, doors, chimneys, and all of that. So suddenly it is not there. You realize it is not there. So it is a hallucination. It is not there. So you realize suddenly it is not there. Nothing to hold on to. So the community. So it seems that that's the first. Then through that, then you realize how the I exists. If they realize the emptiness is unmistaken, You see, they realize the repeating object is a false, and they realize, you see, something more than what is merely labeled by mind, or then you realize empty. And then you, through that, as that is the cause, then it's a result that the I exists, that the I definitely exists, but in the mere name. Exists, but in the mere name. Oh, then you actualize the Kundu Dhamma, the Catholic. So then Dhamma, you realize people, the absolute truth, and then the conventional truth, the truthful obscure mind. Then you realize how I exist, so powerful, how I exist, and then exists in mere name. So in the Pasangika, the Sautangika, you see, I think you see, Katvare, you realize Katvare, there's no I from the aggregates. There's no I from the aggregates at all, but there's I on the aggregates. You see that. You see I on the aggregates. And I uncontrollably exist under the control of name. Uncontrollably the I exists. So like that's I think is our Tangdriga. So you see there's no I from the gates, but there's an I on top. And you see that slowly you see the real I on the I gates. So now what is left is to see that real I on the agate is not there, You know, that still is the I on I appearing from the I. You see, real I was not there. Oh, when you see the real I not the agate, not on the agate. Oh. Then that time you realize person people. All like that you see. So anyway, so you see, in trusting that, this real true, other than we create the cause of samsara, you create cause of root cause of your samsara, the ignorance, when you entrust in that. Oh, the real I, see? Oh, that's the ignorance. You're creating ignorance. So now, so therefore, to eliminate to be free from samsara, oceans of suffering or system, then you see, then you need to eliminate this ignorance. There's a superstition mind. You need to eliminate this concept. This is the subtle thing, eliminate. So to eliminate, then you need to realize that that's what you're believing, the I appearing from that, total false. It's not there. On the false, once you recognize the false, it's just a minute, or you think Tibetan writing or not. It's just a minute to realize that it is false. It do not exist. It cannot exist by itself. It cannot exist. So you see emptiness. So I think if you are so strong Guru person that Guru is Buddha, the yoga Dharma connection, so strong, then the positive imprint from past life after emptiness. At the same time it happens, continual great collective merit as a strong purification. At the same time it happens. So then this happens. Then just even you think you may not get realization for so many years, but suddenly it happens. Oh, so due to Guru's blessings. Although this is a divine Guru blessing, it's not just a blind faith. It's a scientific. It's like clock TV. How everything arranged depend on each other. Everything in the works. So similar here. Now the materialization also. How depend on so much depend on Guru, strong Guru devotion, receiving blessing from Guru. All that. That's all. Everything's you can see like scientific, very logical. Also, oh, so now you need to realize the Prasangika's view that the administering emptiness. So many great meditators are, you see, so easy to slip out nihilism. You see, even talks, but so easy to fall nihilism, or other eternalism or nihilism. So difficult. The middle with the whatever is dependent arising, then that is explained as empty. That is labeled by mind. You know, that is the middle way. So then you don't realize middle view, they slipped out in nihilism. So it's so fine. So then also the whatever is dependent rising is empty. Whatever is empty, it is dependent rising. So there's the root of wisdom by Nagarjuna. So that's I'm very fortunate. So there's very, very subtle point to this. So why I exist in mere name? Because there's the valid aggregates exist. That also exists in mere name. So everything falls like that. So that's extremely fine, difficult, extremely fine. So then other thing is the Shineti Kasuri attachment scaling thought has gross subtle, then singing thought has gross subtle, the singing thought. Then there's also great mentors are difficult to subtle singing thought is difficult to recognize. And so many great mentors, they think it is a perfect meditation samatha. So, but that's I'm not going to clarify that. And then also the tantric how to achieve the illusory body, clear light illusory body, cause Dharmakaya and Rupakaya. So illusory body is a before it was there was explanation how to achieve what is the illusory body, but it's small. So Lama Tsongkhapa elaborated that. So that's when Lama Yeshe was when he was asking question to the second session, but Lama Yeshe had experience the illusory body. So he was asking question to his own second session, but who was Dalai Lama's guru in India. And before Tibet, it's Senshap. Senshap means not actual guru, but helping the education. So asking questions in these things, and Lama Tsongkhapa elaborated very much in this. So this, I think, because I didn't get to study well all the teachings, but this is some yes, it's incredible. So that, okay. So these are basic things.
So Rinpoche Tsongkhapa has special talk, special explanation on how ultimate analysis doesn't harm conventional reality.
Yeah.
And special.
Yeah, that's right. That's
and
right.
Special teachings on the union of clear light and.
Yes.
So maybe I think nearly finished. Maybe I have another question.
Yes.
Maybe okay. So one of the points you're making is that everything exists by merely labeled by mind.
Yeah.
Right? So if we look for something, this gakja we can't find.
What?
The gakja, object of negation, we can't find.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's non-existent because it
That's
exists
right.
merely labeled by mind.
That's right.
So, for example, we look at the flower in front of you.
Yeah.
And these flowers we can say exist through merely labeled by mind, right?
Yes.
And then we can say this mind that does the labeling
also exists in
also
man.
exists in
Also exists in man.
Yeah.
not only that the flower exists main name, but also that's because there's a valid base. But there's also exists main name. Yeah. So it's everything like that. So whole.
You said the I exists because the valid base.
Yes, that's the example. That is the example. I is the clear. What I use is a clear example that you can see, understand. Yeah. So from that you can see the truth, and you can see the false I. False I. You see the truth and false. You can see they're clear. From to relate to our mind. You know? So that all the rest from phenomena is like that.
Two truths.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the question is, Rinpoche, so if you look at the flower here, and the mind that labels the flower, they exist at the same time. The flower and the mind that labels exist at the same time, right?
Yeah. So by depending on the aggregates, by depending on the base of the flower, by depending on that, by seeing that, then the mind labels flower. Then, as the mind labels flower, then flower exists.
Now, Rinpoche, the mind that's labeling is also labeled by mind, right?
Yes.
Does this mind and the mind that's labeling exist at the same time? That's the question.
Same time. All your labeling, while the mind is labeling, the flower which exists main name, not that time. Not that time the flower. Relation for our mind. No. So, but yes, it is labeled, but it exists main name, but it doesn't have to be only related to your mind. You can generally see, even by omniscient mind. Yeah.
So the mind that labels the flower is by merely labeled by mind, but you're saying on the basis of an omniscient mind.
Yes, you can relate to even omniscient mind. Then it doesn't have to relate to only yourself. No, at the same time, labeling everything by your mind. No. Even related can be omniscient mind. Label this mind is labeling flower, putting a male label to flower. This mind level even by the omniscient mind, not only by others.
Otherwise, we're very busy, yeah? Very nice explanation. Thank you very much. Do you have any parting words of advice for our listeners? Anything else you would like to share with them?
There's one question that I think you have. How long the Buddhism can last in the West?
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
You see, Buddhism is, much studied intellectually. Much studied. Yes, of course, it depends on first that. Similar happened in Tibet, in India, Nalanda, all that thing. After Buddha gave teaching, the Pandits gave commentaries. Yes, you see, but that's like Zamba. You throw on the ocean or river, stays. You see, it doesn't go inside. It stays on top, stays just on the top, doesn't go inside, all like that. Now you see, really to deep down Buddhism, to go into deep down, you need realization. You need practice, realization, not just study words, just collecting information in a computer. A computer can hold unbelievable whole library. So, not just that. You need practice. Through practice, realization. So, you see, in India, many caves, many places who achieved realizations, and even Buddha, and in Tibet, so many caves, so many hermitages, so many meditation and actualized. Tibet, Nepal, and even just similar, so many caves. Why he achieved this? Why he achieved this? This realization. You need that. You need all realization. You need to realize deep down. Buddhism, not just on the surface, and not just like somebody on the water. No, not just. But we need to actualize. You need to actualize the words, meaning of the words in the mind. Oh, realization. Oh, you see, you need to like that. Like Milarepa, or different caps. Oh, you need like that. So actualize the whole path to enlightenment. Oh, like that. Then Buddhism is very deep. It can last a long time. Very strong. All like Nepal, Tibet, and like that happens in the West. And then Buddhism can be not just on the mouth, it's just like, I'm a brain, or how to say, not just that, but deep down. Oh, that's Buddhism to really to exist in the West, to live long, so we need like that, like Nepal, Tibet. Oh, when the different whole place, where they, it's really great, you realize that. So that's the practice, so that comes from the honor, just studying words, no? So the Buddhism is only studying, it's only just me studying, then yes, you need that, of course, it's so often emphasized, but you see, that's not enough. That you need to transform your mind, you need to really actualize what is said in the book, you have in the heart, oh, that's what you need. So that's what, then Buddhism can last a long time, really deep, all that. So we are, so therefore, FPMT, now the education is going very well. But now I think the realization, so I thought to build a few houses and then to the lifetime retreat, exercising Mulamrim, in Washington, or each centers have their retreat houses. Is people can retreat or whatever. So I think that practice, what you learned, so important, ready to actualize part. That's what you need to put effort to actualize part. Even just the Lamrim renunciation, the good correctly falling words of friend and the renunciation, but the right word. Even just that, one person is like that. One Buddhist, bless the world, great benefit, to send them. So that's what realized. So like that. So I'm thinking, you see, yes, to invite. One Lama, one monk from Sera went to Litang and Tibet to mentor Israel and so he gave teachings of 2 months and the Bodhicitta and the Shine Kamabaring. Then the two people the monk, 2 people achieved Shine Kamabaring in the 2 months, during 2 months, during his teaching. So he was so wise in guiding meditation. So I would think to invite to guide meditation. Anyway, he didn't want to come, he didn't want to waste his time, so I feel like this. Yeah, so so like that, yeah. So I'm moving. I talked to him, but I didn't get to go to bed yet. So I'm trying to put more effort in the practice to have realization. So
Rinpoche, so there's lots of opportunities to study Dharma, but we need to more practice.
Yes. Study alone is just the words alone without practice. You can't make the Buddhism strong.
What about Rinpoche, for people who work every day? How should they balance studying and practicing? And do you have recommendations for how to spend time on either one?
Yes. Sorry. I think you see, Lamrim from beginning to end, they should study well. Then you see, maybe 2-3 times study well. Whatever Lamrim book, Lama Tsongkhapa, Great Middle Lamrim, or the refined gold, or the short, the liberation palm, whatever. So. Then you see what you do in the morning, or in the evenings, or in the morning. So so you see, 1 hour, even not even a hour, half hour, or even 15 minutes, whatever. So you see, must read Lamrim, must the first message correctly falling birth friend. So you do that for 6 months or 1 year. You see, to go that outline, go through and repeat outline. You see, so to actualize, to not only to understand, to actualize. So go that 6 months or a year. Then another year or 6 months on the renunciation. You see, all that. So you see, meditate on the outline that. Then on the bodhicitta, 6 months or a year, just over. Then emptiness, and so you do that. You need to do more. You can do it 2 or 3 times. You can do more than that. Like you can do 2 more times or whatever, according to your need. Then you see, then you do that effortful meditation on the Lamrim. Then now the effortless. Then you see, until you get realization of good devotion, the correct devotion towards the friend. Or then no matter how long month and year takes you do on that. Then you do on the, you can do not only one, you can do, if you can, do 2 meditation a day. You can do, and then the renunciation. Then after renunciation, realization, then you can do the bodhicitta, the emptiness, the effortless meditation. Then after you exhale bodhicitta, then you put more effort in the tantric generative state and the completion state. Then you see that words, going through the words, and that's everyday shoot done, going through the words, living positive imprint to actualize the whole path. Then more generative state. Then when you have a more experience of the growth generative status, self-generative, then to do more the completion stage. So like that. So you need to practice. So important. So somebody who can study philosophy or extensive, as everyone said, then you like that on the basis of Lamrim. Then somebody middle intelligence, and then middle intelligence. Middle way learning. Then is somebody low intelligent, then just Lamrim, then through that, then your own deity, the true stage, the generation completion stage of your own deity, and so then you try to achieve the enlightenment through that. So in the past, Kadamba Geshe happened. Kadamba Geshe put over the existence schedule. Then is Lamrimba, Lamrimba, then she started Lamrim, not excellence with me. Then you can't start the excellence, but Lamrim just there, and it's achieving enlightenment. First one, through study excellence scripture, then achieving. Second one, the Lamrim. Third one, then even low intelligence, then like instructions from Guru. Then you try to actualize, practice, actualize, the achieving enlightenment. So the similar in the happened past the Kadamba Geshes. You see 3 groups left. Similar nowadays also. So those who can, the extensive philosophy, they practice through the practice, put to practice Lamrim, then achieving. Then middle one, just Lamrim, then try to learn well, then practice, then achieve enlightenment. Then Guru, then they short low intelligence, Guru's instructions, so that you learn. Then through that by practicing, then achieve enlightenment. So I think so. My advice to everyone, the most important is the bodhicitta, ultimate good heart. Practice the bodhicitta general, and then ultimate bodhicitta. So you live the life, whatever you're doing. So you do for dedicated for sentient beings. As much possible, eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, doing a job, or everything is sleep, even sleeping, everything. Then it was dedicated for sentient beings. with the bodhicitta motivation. It's the main thing. Your main refuge is on the busy life. Your main refuge is bodhicitta. Or for all the sense, the benefit of all the sense, the freedom from oceans of samsara, suffering, bring enlightenment. Oh, then you see you are living your life, healthiest life, mentally healthiest mind. Then through that healthy body comes. So then even the cancer, whatever it is, can go away. So it's powerful, and then most beneficial to every single insect, every single being. That's the happiest life. That's the happiest life. Oh, I think that's one.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's such an honor for us for you to come on the Wisdom Podcast.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Also, thank you very much. Million numberless thanks for all of you. Then, for the original who started for so many years, Nick, and then Tim, so many years. Then you, but what? Denmark. Daniel, yeah. So thank you very, very much to everybody, all the helpers. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, beneficence and thinking.